Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, work energy, and our topic is potential energy. Now in previous topic we have studied kinetic energy, and kinetic energy was the energy possessed by a body due to its motion. In this lecture I am going to explain that what is potential energy. Now consider that we have a tree and an apple is attached with this tree. So you can see that in this condition apple is at rest, apple is in equilibrium position, apple is not moving. But even in this condition, this apple has the ability to do work. Now, what is ability to do work? We know that energy is ability. Energy is defined as the ability to do work. So you can see that the apple is at height h from the ground, and there is a force acting downward on this apple. This force is equal to its weight. We know that W is equal to mg. The weight of an apple is acting downward. When this apple, which is attached to the tree, is fall from here to here, fall from this position to this position. So from here to here, it will cover some distance, S. It will cover some distance. But from coming here to here, this covering distance is equal to the height, which I labeled as h. So in order to change its position from here to here, it covers some distance. Force is acting on the apple, covering distance in the direction of force. So this covering distance is equal to height. So what is this all? What is all this? This is work done. What is work? Work is the force acting on a body, and a body covers some distance or displacement in the direction of force. So here force is acting on the apple, acting downward. Apple comes down, covering some distance which is equal to its height. So work is done here. So W is equal to F into S. Here S is equal to height. So W is equal to F into H. Here this W is work done. So you can see that apple was at rest. It was not moving. But even in the state of rest, it was able to do work. So this work done, this work done is due to its height, because apple was at some height from the ground. So in order to come from this position to this position, it covers some distance. This distance was equal to the height. So force of weight acting downward. So this all explains work done. Force acting on a body in the downward direction. Body covers distance in the direction of force, so work is done here. Now, you can see that this work is done due to its height, due to the position of the apple, due to the certain position of this apple. So, how can we explain potential energy? This is the definition of potential energy: energy possessed by a body due to its position. Due to the position of this apple, it was able, even in the state of rest, it was able to do some work. So that energy possessed by a body due to its position, due to its height or due to its position, is known as potential energy. Kinetic energy was energy possessed by a body due to its motion. But potential energy is energy possessed by a body due to its position. This apple was at rest, but even in the state of rest, it was able to do some work, and that work was due to it has the energy. So, what kind of energy it possessed? It possessed a potential energy. Now, we can see that the force acting on the body was weight, and in weight we know that in case of weight, the gravitational energy is acting on this apple. We can say that apple changed its position from here to here. it comes down to the ground due to the gravity. So, this potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy, because this apple came down due to gravity. So, this kind of potential energy is known as gravitational potential energy. Now, consider another example. Example of arrow and bow. Arrow and bow, which we say in Urdu like Teer Kaman. So, when this was the initial position of the bow. So, when I pulled this string, this is string. So, when I pull this string from here to here, from point B to point A, now its position is changed. Due to change in this position, now this string possesses some energy. When I release this string will come back to its position B. But when it comes back to its position B, it will deliver its energy, its potential energy to this arrow, and this arrow will go forward in the forward direction. So, this kind of energy in which we use some elasticity, in which we use some elastic substance to deliver energy. So, this kind of energy in which elasticity is used is known as elastic potential energy. Because in this case, its position is changed, and its position is changed due to elasticity, because string is elastic in nature. So when we release the string comes back to its original position and it delivers its energy to the bow. So now what kind of energy is this? Because the string is elastic, this energy is given to the arrow by the elasticity of the string. So this kind of energy is known as elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy. So now we are going to explain the mathematical form of potential energy. We know that work was done here, and we call this work done as potential energy. This work done was due to the potential energy. Now we know that work done is equal to F dot S, force and some displacement. Now in this case, this distance was equal to height. So I am going to replace this S with H. Now this F was equal to W is equal to mg. So this F is replaced by W. W is equal to mg. Now this W will be replaced by mg. So the final equation of PE will be, potential energy will be mgh. So we can say that energy possessed by a body due to its position is known as potential energy. In this case, the energy was due to the force was acting on the body was the gravitational force. So we call this potential energy as gravitational potential energy. In this arrow and bow case, the potential energy was given to the arrow by the elasticity of the string. So we call this kind of potential energy as elastic potential energy. There is one more example. You know that we all have some water tanks at the top of our houses. So if it is filled with water comes down from that water tank into our houses via some pipes. So we can say that in the water tank, water is at some height. So from that height, it comes down without any, you can say that without any external help. Water comes down by itself So how the water comes down from that water tank into our houses via pipes? Because in the tank water is at some height. So at some height water contains some potential energy. So it has the ability to do work. So from that tank water via pipes water comes down into our houses. So that we can say that kind of potential energy is also due to the gravity, because it is come from the top of our houses into our houses. So it covers some distance, and that distance is some height from top to bottom. So this is one more example of a water tank water coming down from water tank into our houses. So in these all examples I have given you, the body which is under consideration is some height, or it changes its position. It is about position. Water changes its position from top to bottom. In case of apple, it changes position from top to bottom. In case of arrow and bow, this string of bow changes position from this position to this position. So in all these examples, the body under consideration is changing its position. So potential energy is the energy possessed by a body due to its position. Thank you so much.